Hello everyone, in this video let's solve a very basic coding problem which is check if given string or given character array is palindrome. So these are few examples of palindrome. If you do not know what palindrome is, let me first tell you what does it mean. So a palindrome could be a word, could be a sentence, could be a phrase that has this special property, which is if you read it from left to right and if you read it from right to left, it still remains same. Okay, let's see the example which give you more clear idea. So this is a word, this is an English word which is mom. So if you read it from this left to right and if you read it from the backward, which is from right to left, it is still remains same. So from left to right it is mom and from right to left it is still mom. Same with this word. So if you read it from this side it is dad, and if you read it from this side it is dad. And another example, rotator, if you read from this side it is rotator, and if you read from this side it is rotator. Okay, so this is also another example, but this is not an English word, but it holds the property. If you read it from this side it is AA, double B, AA. If you read it from this side it still remains AA, double B, AA. So it is also an example of a palindrome. Same with this. This is not an example of palindrome because if you read it from this side it's hello, but if you read from this side it is not hello. So this is not an example of palindrome. So this is not an example of palindrome. All others are example of palindrome. Okay. Now let's move to the problem. So the problem is, suppose an array is given to you and the array is character array with this word which is rotator. It has index. Now you have to verify whether this given character array or given string is palindrome or not. So palindrome has this special property that character at this position will be equal to the character at this position. That means character at the 0th position will equal to be the character at the last position. So these are same. Now move forward, character at this position will be equal to the character at the second last position. Okay, now move forward, character at third position will be equal to the character at last third position, and move forward. Now because it has odd length, because the word length is odd, so it will compare to itself, and because it compared to itself it is still same. Okay, so the length is odd, so you call it odd palindrome. If any word or any sentence or any phrase hold this property, that means it is palindrome. Okay, if you check with this word which is hello, if you check the 0th position with the last position, character at the 0th position with the last position, you will found that it is not equal. That means it is not a palindrome. If at any point the both position does not contain the same character, then it is not palindrome. So for checking this condition we will write simple code. Okay, so before writing code, one more thing, because the length here is 7 which is odd, so we call it odd palindrome. In this case, because the length is even, so we called it even palindrome. Okay, now let's write the quick code. So we'll start the loop from the 0th position and we'll run it till the half of the word. Okay, and then we will check if character at ith position is not equal to character at n minus 1 minus ith position. Okay, if it is not equal, that means you have to break the loop. Okay, you have to break the loop, and let's say flag is some variable which will say flag is equal to 0. That means if flag is 0, that means the word is palindrome. So you will set flag equal to 1. This condition that both the character should be equal not satisfied, so you say flag is equal to 1 and then you break the loop. Once you break the loop, flag will be 1. You check if flag is 1, then you can say that it is not palindrome. So this is a very simple code. Okay, now let's try to run. So here the length is 7. You have to run till half of it, which is like 3. Okay, 3 point something. You can take the seal value of it, so it will be 4. So you have to run 0 I will 0, and minus 1 is 6, minus I, which is 0. So you compare this, both the position, then I will increment, which is 1, and minus 1 will be 6, minus 1 is 5. So you'll compare this position, then I will become 2. You compare this position, then I will become 3. You compare with itself, and when I become 4, the condition loop will break, and the control will come out the loop, and then it will check the flag value. Because it is a palindrome, then flag will not set to 1, flag still remains 0. So if flag still remains 0, then that means the word or the array is the palindrome. So this is it for this video. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.